one read off, we were one block off, and within the last 7 minutes, really started with Kenny. Kenny got in there, got things going, opened up for me a little bit, and the O-line, we just kept leaning on them and trusting them and popped it off at the end.
Speaking of the O-line, how'd you think they blocked?
They're always amazing. They're always amazing, and it's only going to get tougher. We were putting up a lot of rushing yards and gaining a lot of respect, and that's going to be a mindset for teams coming in the game. Make sure that we don't do that because when we get the running game going, it's kind of hard to beat our team. But the beauty of that, we have a lot of other great talent on the team too. So we got to find a way to continue to get them involved and just keep taking one game at a time.
What kind of confidence does the defense give you guys when you are?
Defense is balling. I didn't mean to cut you off, but defense is balling. All the names you guys hear and the jerseys you probably see is mostly on the offense, but those guys are coming alive. I think Q and Coop, young guys who are playing great ball. Zach is playing at an all-pro level. Kobe stepping up. Reed always finds a way. He gets his hands on the ball for some reason. But those guys, you got to play complementary football. We could do a little bit of job of that this game with offense and defense and special teams, but that's the main thing about football. It takes everybody. It takes all three phases to win football games.
You guys and you especially have had a lot of success running the ball in the second half. What is it about the second half? What's going on in the second half that you're finding all that success?
One, trusting in each other. We got great vets with Landon and the way he's able to see the field and see the game, and then having Stout and TJ and those guys and Coach Singleton making adjustment at halftime, and that's what football is. They're going to come out there, they're going to do things, and we got to make adjustments, and we did that, and we have to start executing.
You guys have won 8 of your first 10. Can you kind of speak at this point? I know there's a lot of football left, but the significance of that and where you guys are?
You don't get trophy for mid-season. So at the end of the day, we got to keep going. We get a little mini bye week, which I think is good for us. We had an early bye week, and now we get a couple days to get away from the game again, and then come back and get ready for Rams.
Jordan Mailata said that he can tell sometimes they're imposing their will in the fourth quarter. Defensive line. Do you get stronger as the game goes on?
Yeah, I guess naturally. That's why we train the way we train, whether it's on my own or in the OTAs with other guys. I think this offseason kind of gave me like a college mindset. We were really grinding with each other, and when you have those guys up front, it's easy to get stronger because they're doing a lot of the load and leaning on those guys. And again, just keep trusting them, keep trusting the scheme, and try to make the right reads because they're doing a hell of a job for me.
You mentioned that you felt like you were really close a lot of the game earlier, but from the 43-yard rush and on, what was working later in the game?
We just kept trusting it. I know I sound like a broken record, but that's really what it was. We kept trusting it. We made some checks, and we were just a lot of those runs. When we go back, and we were just one away. Whether it's one block, whether it's one read, or I might have been a little too tight, or I could have hit it outside. They did a really good job too. I want to give credit where credit needs to be due. Washington came out with a really great game plan, but that's the beauty of football. You could stop us for 20-something carries, but if you rip off 2 long ones when it matters most, the stats look pretty good, and most times you get a win.
Lane said you guys that you guys had held some plays for the second half, including I think that touchdown run. What about holding those plays really helped you guys maybe break that one?
Yeah, I don't know if it's more of like holding it. We just didn't call it. We didn't get to it. But as you see how the game's going and you get a flow for the game and see how they're attacking us, and we coming back to the sidelines and we're talking to each other in constant communication, I think the coaches do a really good job of listening to the players. And like I said, with Landon, with Lane and Jordan and Cam and Makai, they do a really good job, obviously blocking, but they just have an understanding of the game plan, understanding of the scheme, understanding of defenses, which I admire, and I'm gonna try my best to get better in that role and that part of my game, so I can hold valuable conversations too. But trusting in them, and the coaches listening to them, and we go out there and make those plays work.
Saquon, I don't know how well you saw the play Jalen might have was evaluated for a concussion on it. He seemed like he was trying to dive and throw the ball on that third down. What did you see? How concerned were you?
I didn't see nothing. I just saw that it said questionable on the big screen, and it says head. And I went up to him and I said, "You good?" And he said, I'm good. So we just kept rocking.
Did you hear what the
Was there any
fans were?
frustration level through the first half, the first
No.
3 quarters? You just know it was going to
No.
come together at some point.
Wasn't frustration level. I wouldn't say that. Just knowing, you're right there. You're so close. You're so close. And there's some games sometimes when you're so close, you don't get the opportunity to bust open and break it through. But yeah, it was no frustration level at all. At the end of the day, the most important thing to do is win football games, and we put ourselves in position to do that. We got to do a better job of executing all around. And when the plays are need to be made, we got to make those plays, and we have those guys to do that in this locker room.
Before the game, you saw a young fan in the stands, and she wanted her jersey signed, her Saquon Barkley jersey, and you had it and signed it. Did you see her reaction
No.
when it was handed to her? She was in tears, like crying hysterically that she got your autograph. What does that mean to you, this interaction with the Philadelphia fans and a young fan like that?
Yeah, that's awesome. That's what it's about, man. One, she did a really good job. Usually I come out with my headphones. I ain't come out with my headphones this time. And she did a really good job of making sure she yelled loud enough to get my attention. So she got my attention and we locked eyes. And I was like, I got you after I'm done with my warm-up. But, yeah, it's cool. It's amazing that this game that I've been playing since I was a kid brought me to so many places, and I'm able to have an impact or be able to have a interaction with a young fan like that, and that's what it's all about. And I feel like God's put me in this situation, and hearing that means so much to me, and especially the kids mean so much to me, and hopefully I can continue to do that within the play and my impact in the community.
How are you feeling?
Feel great. A little tired, but feel good.
The hamstring held up during the game?
Hamstring did great. Again, just trusted in the rehab process. I knew that we were putting in a lot of work to get to this game, so pretty happy with how everything turned out. Thank God, and thanks Steve-O, my trainer.
Run game in the fourth quarter especially takes over. What do you think the reason is for that?
To be honest, I think it's just will. I think you have to want it more than the other team. I think that's what it just comes down to. We could talk about X's and O's, but when you come down, you gotta have it. We always talk about the gotta have it moments. It comes down to will. Do you want to do it? The want to, and I think showed out there on the film that we wanted it more.
I know you guys wanted Saquon to get here. Obviously, once he got here, you got him signed. But after what you've seen out of him through the first 10 games, has he even exceeded maybe what your expectations were of what he would do here?
100%. I knew the guy was a special player. The what ifs, or the possibilities of what he could do behind our offensive line, and you don't really know what to expect until you see it, and until he does something. And special player, man. I'm glad he's on our side. That's all.
What's he like when it's not working?
It's super frustrating. But
what's he like?
What's he like? Oh, sorry. Very encouraging. He's talked about what I just said about the will, the want to. His will and his want to is on display 24/7. It doesn't stop. It doesn't waver. And he's very encouraging. Always talks to us. Always communicating on what he's seeing, on what he wants. And as an offensive line, you love that. Just the communication side, the honesty. And it's Saquon Barkley, man. Whatever he says, we're like, yes, sir.
What kind of
Yes,
stuff
sir.
does he like say to you?
I'm going to keep that in-house.
The past several weeks, all you could do was watch film, obviously, besides try and heal. What did you learn about this team, or how could that perhaps help you when you get back in the game, once you've been able to just sit back and watch?
Well, first off, it's been painful to watch. There's only so much you can do when you're watching them. So feeling like a fan for the past few weeks, I kind of understand what we put you guys through now. But I think what you see on film, there's only so much you can do, like you said. But it only encouraged me and my want to even more. My want to get back and help the team. Because I know what I bring to the table. Let's not get that wrong. I know what I bring to the table. And that sitting on the couch just kept fueling the fire for me to come back. And when I got on that field, making every play count. So.
You said when things aren't working, they are frustrating. But is there a confidence things aren't working, that like, hey, it's going to eventually work because we got a guy like Saquon? Is that part of the mindset? Like any given play?
That is part of the mindset, but we have a lot of pride in that offensive line. So, we know that it's encouraging because we know what we bring to the table as a unit, and all we have to do is give him a small window for him to slip through and make a big play.
You mentioned earlier Saquon and what he says to you guys when he's talking about. He was saying about all the things you guys as offensive linemen are always talking about. What is that give and take like, and how important is that in a relationship between a back and a line?
That's what he told you?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Well, I'll tell you what I told him at the start of the third quarter. I said, I'll be damned if we lose this game on my comeback game. He said, I got you. And he showed out in the fourth quarter. He said, I told you. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. But that's what it's like. You just when things don't roll your way, you just got to keep playing the next play. And you got to learn from your mistakes. I mean, the first half, we just weren't moving the ball at all. And at halftime, our coaches made the right corrections, and we were like, okay, we're all on the same game plan, and went out there and we executed the second half.
We didn't have the momentum, and second half we gained that, and started with Kenny. Some of those big first downs, and Saquon had some two massive touchdowns. So that's the power of the run game. Eventually, after a while, it'll break open for you.
What's it do for you guys when the defense makes that fourth down stop there?
Yeah, I mean, I think defense is playing the best they have all year. Really, the past 2 or 3 weeks, tremendous plays. That 4th and 2 on the opponent's sideline was a huge play, and yeah, man, they're really putting offense in a good position. And we didn't do a good job the first half. We put them in some terrible positions, but hats off to them, man. They're playing really well.
Laying back to Saquon, on the first touchdown on your side, your arm went up immediately that you knew he was getting to the end zone. How did you know so quickly with so much more grass he had to cover?
I feel like I'm the weatherman. No, I just I played this game for lots of years, and I've seen some guys score some points, so I see stuff kind of unfold. And yeah, there's a few times where he doesn't score, but a lot of times he's making a touchdown or getting close.
What's it like watching him with that burst? Like, he can take it to the house from anywhere.
It energizes me. Anytime you can get some energy as an older fella, you do that. So, yeah, man, he really in all game, even when stuff wasn't going good, he was like, "Come on, keep attacking to the old line, keep attacking. It's going to break open for us. It's going to break open," and eventually it did. So, I mean, that's what kind of guy he is. When things aren't going good, I think that's when you can really tell a lot about a person. He was, never wavered.
BG was just telling us about the chemistry of this team. He said all that off the field stuff really matters. How do you kind of measure how much the chemistry and off the field relationships have played into what?
Yeah, I mean, when you get to know somebody and you care about them on a personal level, and you understand, who they are, where they come from, their family, you tend to lay it out on the line a little bit more, and you sacrifice a little bit more. So, as an older guy now, I try to preach that to the young guys and really, do my due diligence of, creating some energy. And, BG's really has always been good at that, and it's been something I need to work on and, still need to work on.
As an older guy, what did you think about having to play less than 3 days from playing in Dallas on a short week?
Yeah.
Do you think that contributed to both teams being a little flat?
Yeah, I mean, Thursday games they're difficult for really everybody in the league. Short turnaround, you have usually we have a third down day, a 4-minute day, a goal line day, and you have to jumble into one. So, it's really you got to go out there and compete with what you have. But yeah, I mean, a lot of it's about recovery. I thought we did a good job. We were off early Monday. We worked out, and then Tuesday and Wednesday, obviously big walkthrough days, but. Yeah, man, I mean, coming in, you knew what type of week it was. I didn't want to, an emotional Dallas win to put our focus or make a lapse in focus for us, which kind of showed itself in the first half. But, that's what the NFL's about, man. It's everybody has their back against the wall, and you got to make it. I think the key to the games is making adjustments on the sideline in the halftime.
To be honest with you, our defense just got great Our defense is great with awareness right now. Like we're hitting all cylinders. We're doing the little things after the practice. We're doing. And you guys been at practice. You guys see like how hard Nick coaches on us on certain situations and stuff. It's fun when every week a new player makes a play for the team and win the game. It's just that 4th down stop was a test to the whole defense. Like heard a lot of noise all week and. most physical team and the most disciplined team come out and win the game. And I think that fourth down stop was all about discipline more than just physical will. Because everything broke down, as you guys say, but it's just willing to get the stop and understanding that there's a lot of ball left and put the game on our shoulders to go win the game.
Yeah, Daniels didn't throw downfield much at all. What were you guys doing to stop that? It was check down city pretty much.
There's another quarterback that ain't throw downfield, right? I credit our corners, man. Our corners are doing a hell of a job. Coop, Vontae, nickel, and Dom is doing a hell of a job. And our linebackers. And our D-line just constant pressure. So every quarter we play has been great. It's been good in their own way. And it's just when you put that together as a whole and the ball doesn't travel like you see weeks prior against teams that they play or anybody we play, it's just a good sign for our defense as a whole.
There's a stat out there that a Q lined up against McLaurin 20 out of 25 times outside, and he didn't get targeted once. How's that kid?
Yeah, so he's working. Terry Lawren's a hell of a ball player, but we got a first-round corner for a reason.
Zack Baun had another big game. What do you make of what he's been able to do so far?
Just playing ball, man. Like I told you last week, just not making the moment bigger than what it is, and just playing ball. Like every game, everybody want to pull out analytical stats, but we're just pulling out our big boy pants, going out and play football.
CJ, you know how hard the league is. Are you ever surprised that,
I was a little nervous.
Q and the rookies, though, that they're able to, I mean, they're almost making it look easy as kids. I mean, it's not easy.
Are they putting the preparation and work? I mean, shout out to Q and Coop, and shout out to Coach JK and CP and Vic for trusting us as a whole and understanding that this is a young group, but they play like veterans. And I don't think the moment's ever too big for them. I think it is always calm, cool, collected, and having them two out there makes it easier for us, the older guys,
On that fourth down, when they kept the offense on the field, what were you guys thinking?
Put out the damn fire. Y'all been seeing it since Brazil, how many times in the red zone. Our offense, we're not worried about what our offense can do right now. And that's in the positive way I'm saying it. We just worry about getting them the ball back and it's going to finish the game.
Well, you were here 2 years ago, and that was a really good defense.
Yeah.
But this defense, it's doing things a little differently. What's the difference in terms, of how you guys are stopping teams?
Everybody can play, and everybody can rush, and everybody can cover. So you might see one thing, you may see a weakness one week, or something might get exposed, but we fix it quick, understand what we're going to get attacked at, and we go right back to work.
Take me through the fumble when you see it on the ground and jump on it.
Yeah, I mean, first I just saw Dallas catch it and just went to go block for him, and I saw that he fumbled, so I just got on it.
Did he say anything to you after that?
Yeah, he said, "How much money do you want?"
What?
Yeah, said $1 million. He said, "Deal."
Checks in the mail?
No, he's not. He ain't sending me shit. He's grateful, but that's what good teams do. We're taught to chase after the ball, go block, and I just happen to be in the right spot, right time.
Is that the kind of play that you think the coaching staff will really appreciate?
No doubt. Coach always points out plays like that, where guys are doing things that aren't necessarily noticed by everybody else. And it'll be noticed for sure.
Is that cool in a way that, obviously there's so many people to get the football and you can make an impact in a different way?
No doubt. Yeah. I was telling Lane on the sideline, I just care about winning. I could care less if I get balls thrown my way. Whenever I'm out there, I'm just trying to do my best to help the team win.
How exciting was it to see Saquon really close it out in the fourth quarter for you?
Unreal. He's so good. Such a good player. Yeah.
What's it been like kind of just watching him work this year?
It's so cool. Yeah, he's one of the best ever. He's a generational talent. And I'm in awe half the time.
Thank you, guys. Come on, be able to break off those big runs.
It's incredible. He's a true special talent. Just looks like he's better than everybody else out on the field. Looks like he's playing with high schoolers. But it's cool to have him on the team. He's an incredible guy and truly a special player.
I think Kenny, though, on the first touchdown drive, kind of got things rolling a little bit. He kind of gets overlooked at times. So what does he mean to the team?
He means a lot. He's been an incredible player for us for, ever since he got here. And, he doesn't get as many touches. Obviously, Saquon gets the bulk of them, but when he does, he makes the most of his opportunities. And you love when he gets going because it just brings a little bit of juice to everybody on the team.
How much did you appreciate Grant today jumping on that ball?
Man, I owe him a lot. I know if we don't recover that one and end up losing the game, it's going to be a tough weekend for me, that's for sure.
How much does that kind of show a player's awareness that he's not even really in the play, but he's able to scoop it up?
Yeah, I think he had a thumb D on the other side, and he's someone that plays with really high effort. He's always running to the ball, trying to find blocks. So it's just a credit to the way he plays the game.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Make the difference between winning and losing, obviously, and to make a season.
Yeah, I mean, when it's your turn to make a play, you got to make a play. So that's what I did. Yep, that was my turn.
With the Kobe, right?
Yep. And it goes back and forth, and you just got to be excited for guys making plays all over the field.
What was the communication that you guys had on that 4th and 2? What did you think could possibly be coming there?
You obviously prepare for a situation like that, but you never know what they're going to run. He bobbled the snap a little bit, I think, and he's a confident guy, and he was good taking himself, and then you just got to make the play.
Did you see Jalen Carter and what he did to blow up that play in the beginning?
No, I got to watch it. I can't wait to watch it. Yeah.
How incredible is the combination with you guys at linebacker and what the line is doing in front of you?
I mean, it's the linebackers, it's the line, it's the back end. There's communication. The communication's really clicking right now, and it starts up front with the D line getting pushed back and knocked back, and then the communication in the back end and trusting that we're going to pack the zones is in the linebacker spot.
You've had a lot of big plays lately, forced fumbles, fumble recoveries, interception, but it seemed like you let out a lot of emotion after that stop.
Yeah, I don't usually let out a lot of emotion. If I make a play, my teammates say I need to celebrate a little bit more, and I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
And what was that like on the sideline after? Because did you feel the momentum shift?
Oh yeah. I just remember being tired and teammates coming up to me and slapping my helmet.
BG was just telling us about the chemistry of this team and how important that really is. How would you evaluate the chemistry through these first 10 weeks?
Yeah, it's awesome. Coach Nick talks a lot about connecting in the locker room, and we really took that to heart. And guys are playing ping pong in the locker room and listening to music. Jordan Mailata is playing his guitar, and we're hanging out on the couch. So just connecting all around is crucial for a team.
It's not very football, is it? It's physical all the time. It's mental, I would think. That after you make a play like that, Saquon breaks too.
Yeah.
He just absolutely was not going to be denied.
Yep.
And then when Nolan Smith makes that sack, I mean, that set up better field position on the ensuing drive.
Yep.
I mean, it's all working right now. Can you talk about that a little bit?
About the
symphony of the whole thing. Complementary football.
Oh, hey, that's what it's all about. Our biggest thing on defense is if the offense scores, we got to get a stop on defense, and we know how crucial that is to changing the game.
Zach, there's so many people that look at this offense and see all the big names over there, but during this winning streak, it really seems like it's the defense that has played so well. What does it mean to you guys to have the role you guys have played as defense and to be playing as well as you are?
Yeah, I think at the beginning of the season and preseason, a lot of people were underestimating this defense and the guys we have, the pieces we have. And we set out to change the narrative and show that this is an electrifying group right here. This is what we do, and we're not going to back down from anybody.
You guys obviously heard a lot about Jaden Daniels coming into the game. What did you see out of him, and how do you think you guys really did playing against him?
Yeah, an athletic guy that's gained some confidence throughout the way, and he has the ability to make every throw and then tuck the ball and run it whenever he feels necessary. So it's a lot to prepare for, but we got the guys on this defense and the speed on this defense to take care of it.